Would you rather be diabetic or... No, I'm just kidding. You don't have a choice.
I have one. Would you rather never go to the endocrinologist again or never go to the dentist again?
Ooh.
And in this would you rather universe, you're magically like, you don't need this type of doctor.
Okay.
Like, if you choose no endo, you still get all your supplies and you still know how to do your management.
Okay. I would choose the dentist.
I would also choose the dentist.
I hate the dentist.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it doesn't even take that long anymore because it just like, they clean your teeth, you leave. But like,
I really don't like it.
Same. I'd way rather go to my endocrinologist.
I actually have like an irrational fear of the dentist. I'm not kidding.
I need to reschedule my appointment. I just canceled it last week because I was like, I'm not going.
I would rather not ever have to step foot in a dentist office.
Actually, my hygienist is a type 1 diabetic though. Yeah. So love her, but just hate the dentist.
Yeah.
Like not the actual dentist, but like not my actual dentist, but like in general, the activity of going to the dentist. Miss me with that, please.
Your dentist is listening like, that's a weird way to find out this girl doesn't like me. Yeah. I could skip it. But it would be nice to have a diabetic hygienist because I feel like sometimes they're kind of hard on us as diabetics. It's like, it's not my fault I had to eat candy in the middle of the night.
Exactly. And I actually asked her that when I like last went. I was like, so what should I do when I'm like drinking juice in the middle of the night? And she was like, honestly, also don't quote me on this because I might be remembering it wrong. But she said that it was like actually okay to like that you don't fully brush your teeth after you drink juice in the middle of the night because the juice is so acidic. It's actually bad to brush your teeth right after you drink it. So just like rinsing your mouth with water is like good. Like if you have water on your bedside table, just like swish it around and then you're fine.
I was gonna say, over my tired ass body,
yeah,
am I getting up out of bed to brush my teeth after I have a low?
I will not do that either. If you do that, you're a real one.
You
like,
are
I'm
better
very
than
impressed
me.
by you.
Yeah,
I'm very
I
impressed.
agree.
But yeah, she said that it's like no big deal. Like she didn't really seem bent out of shape about it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool.
That's so nice.
Even if it was a big deal, I probably wouldn't do anything about it because I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm tired.
But yeah. Okay, well, speaking of blood sugar and stuff, should we check our blood sugar?
Yeah, but should we intro?
Oh, right. Forgot about that. Please stay on the line and your diabesties will be with you shortly.
You're listening to Hotline to Her. I'm Tini, your resident hot diabetic.
And I'm Carson, your favorite diabestie. We're here to help you feel like that girl beyond diabetes.
Amazing.
Woo!
Let's do a blood sugar roll call.
Let's do it.
Please hold. Actually, I'm feeling a little, yeah, I knew I was feeling a little wobbly.
What are you?
75.
Are you okay? Do you need some
No,
gummies?
I'm straight and I'm my sexual orientation is none of your business.
I thought you meant like, I'm straight. Like, I'm all good.
I'm straight, dog.
I also am. I'm actually a unicorn. I'm actually 100 flat.
Wow, that's so good. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. That is like, I literally am never 100 ever, like in my entire life.
Well, you are right now, so that's so good. Yeah, I ate some
Yay!
fruit snacks, so I'm actually going to keep an eye on this and probably keep it open for now.
Yeah, do what you need to do, girl.
Thank
We're
you.
all diabesties here.
Ooh.
We're all diabetic,
Wow,
so we
so
get
good.
it.
Yeah, like if we have
get
to
it.
pause, you guys, well, when you won't know because we'll edit it out. But you can't edit out the moment.
Exactly. We've actually, I don't think we've had to treat a low blood sugar while recording yet.
No, not yet. Lots of highs for me, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
It's fine though.
Okay, let us know what your blood sugar is, whether you're me or Tini's blood sugar. I don't know.
There's not much range there.
I don't really know where I was going with that. Just let us know your blood sugar because we're nosy and we're all in it together. So
Love it. I actually think I might need a minute.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now that Tini's treating her low blood sugar, you can have an ASMR of her chewing.
Like actually disgusting.
So, how's everyone's day?
It's the Carson show.
Okay, feeling good?
Yes. Now that we are in week 2 of 2026, wow.
Is it week 2?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Hey,
2026.
week 2.
We know that we've encouraged you to dream the biggest dreams you possibly could. And I hope you have stepped into this new year feeling like you are that girl.
Because you are.
Because you are.
Obviously.
But now that we're in the like action taking phase of it,
Yeah.
we really want to talk through like the next steps, like beyond the dreaming big. Because it's one thing to say like, oh, I want a new career, or I want to travel, or
right.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, or fortunately, as diabetics, like there's more for us that goes into executing these big dreams. And so,
yeah, we have more factors to think about. And we want to kind of talk about, yes, you know, you have dreamed big, and we talked about not condensing your dreams because of diabetes. But like, what do we do from here?
Yeah.
Like, because I mean, I was wondering the same thing at one point in time. I'm like, okay, I dreamed big. Now what? And fortunately for all of our ears, this is Tini's bread and butter. So please educate us. Thank you.
I do really love this stuff. And we do a lot of this work inside of Hot Diabetic Club. So yes,
Yeah.
you're right. I am no stranger to it. So I think like, right, we have step 1, dream big, dream without limitations. And Carson and I like really encouraged in that last 2 episodes or whatever, that if you have the dream, like it can become your reality.
Yeah.
And now what's the next step? For us, the next step is explore this idea.
Okay.
Because it is now up to you to decide whether you want to execute on it, or if it's just something that like you're like, cool idea, not for me, or cool idea, not now.
I like that. I feel like the explore phase is often like missed or like not talked about enough, because just because you have a dream, wait, that's actually like very eye-opening to me, because like just because you have a dream, if you explore it, and then it's okay to decide that it's not right for you anymore.
Yeah.
Because you explored it. Like you're saying yes to exploring it, and then you can say yes to like executing it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. So
love that.
And this is where we get into the logistics of it. And I think it really requires us to be so self-aware and so like tuned in to calling ourselves out on our own bullshit when we are exploring, because this exploration phase, like we get honest about a lot of really real things that happen to us as diabetics. Like I think of like career.
Yeah.
So if you have a career, a big dream with your career, you have to look at like different factors that go into it. A big one for us diabetics living in the US is insurance.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Access to your supplies. Like a lot of that relies onto the job you have.
Yep, exactly.
So you have to explore that. Maybe you have to explore location, community. Like you have to explore these extra things. And you also have to ask yourself, if I'm telling myself I can't do this, or I'm not ready to move on this because of X reason, you have to be so honest. Like, are you just limiting yourself, or are you being like truthful with how it actually is?
Right. Is it a barrier that's like, you know, external, or is it one that you are creating yourself, like internally?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. So we see this come up a lot, like when we're looking at any decision that can feel identity based. So like if you're traveling and you have this big dream of traveling, maybe across the ocean, like somewhere far, and you are going to be out of a different time zone and in a different routine.
Right.
And you're like, oh, I really want to do this, but I can't navigate my blood sugars in a different time zone. I'm not the type of person who can be out of routine.
Yeah.
Why not?
Right.
And that's like the identity piece that I feel like we're putting on ourselves. So we need to be so honest with like, why are you saying you can't do something?
Yeah.
And we broke that down in the first part of the episode.
Right.
But now like, let's actually take some action.
Love it. So you explore, and then you get to like the action area, I guess. I guess from here, it's kind of like, do you take action or do you not?
Yeah.
So like, how do you know? And I feel like there's sometimes some guilt around not, like, if you have the dream, explore it, you decide it's not for you, like, that's okay. And how do we get past that guilt of being like, okay, I'm not gonna do it anymore, but that doesn't mean it is bad.
Yeah. No, I think that's exactly it. I think knowing and trusting in yourself. I think a big thing that us as diabetics we struggle with is trusting ourselves. And you have to trust that the decision that you make is right for you.
Right.
And so if you're deciding not to take action on something, you have to say to yourself, I trust myself to make the right decision right now. And whether this dream is getting put on a shelf or in the trash, that's totally okay.
Right.
And now I'm opening myself up to another dream that might feel more aligned right now.
Oh, that's a good reframe. You are just making space for more dreams that might feel better. And nothing that's meant for you will pass you by.
Yes, exactly. And I think a big part of this is not shaming ourselves for factors that are impacted by having diabetes. Like, I think energy, mental capacity, financial, all of these are factors that we have to consider as diabetics. And so it's like it is okay that there are situations where you say it's not right for me right now.
Exactly, because some is out of your control too.
Yeah. And showing ourselves grace. And I think queen of self-compassion.
I was literally gonna say, having self-compassion is the most important thing of all of this.
Yeah. And it is a tough line. It's a really tough line to balance, like understanding that sometimes I can't move forward with a dream.
Yeah.
And also being like, diabetes doesn't hold you back.
I know it is. And like, I feel like it doesn't have to hold you back, but you just have to think a little bit harder about them.
Yes. And you might have to schedule in like more capacity or like taking longer for you to get to your X destination, or you might have to do more in order to get there. Like, even when I was like deciding to leave my corporate job, and I worked so many overtime hours to save so much money to have this like safety net in order to leave my job to afford my supplies. Yeah. And for us, like, even with this podcast, like, you're still working a 9 to 5
exactly
while pursuing this dream. It's like, that really stinks for us as diabetics, because we're doing this to make sure we can afford to live.
Exactly.
But it's like, that's what's necessary for us to make our dreams come true. Yeah. And that's what we explored. Like, that's what we found out in our exploration phase.
Right. Yeah.
And then we decided to take action.
Yeah. And I think it's also good to say, like, okay, you decide not to do the dream, totally fine. You decide to do the dream, now you're taking action, but it still feels a little bit like wobbly and weird and kind of like, did I make the right decision? I don't know. Like, how do you kind of work through that? Because I know that clarity is going to come with action, but before that happens, there's just some kind of like confusion sometimes, I feel like. And I think Tini and I are also experiencing it like right as long as alongside us talking about it. We're just like, oh, okay, we're actually putting all of our thoughts and souls and hearts and opinions out there for the world to listen to, but like, it's okay. Because we're following our dreams. So like, it's still a little bit wobbly. So I guess like, talk to both of us and like, how do we navigate that?
Yeah, I know this is so interesting, and I do feel really grateful that I have been able to have like mentors to help me lead through like a part of my journey like this. But it doesn't get any better when you're going after a new dream. Like, you still experience this. You just trust yourself a little bit more to keep pushing through that wobbliness. Yeah. So that's why, again, the self-trust is so important to remember, like, I've got this. Hey, body, soul, mind, like, we're going for this, because my why, I think anchoring into the why you're doing this is so much stronger than the wobbliness, than the stickiness, the friction that we're experiencing. So if you can remember every single day, this is something I've had to do every single day. Right. I wake up, I say my affirmations, and a part of those is like, why I'm waking up and doing the hard things. Exactly. What is my mission? What is my drive? And if you have to give yourself your own personal mission and why to keep going, like you should do it, even if it's not tied to a business. Like even if your goal is hobby related or travel related or relationship related, you still need to give yourself a mission and a why to move the way you want to move.
I love that. Yeah, the why is the anchor. The why is so much bigger than the fear and the wobbliness. And like that's like the cool part of a dream, is that like the dream is always going to be bigger than the fear.
Yeah.
And that's why we're doing it.
Yeah. So. Well, I think this is interesting because you taught us about habit stacking, and step 1 is to find your anchor. You just called the why your anchor, right?
Yeah.
Step 2 is to repeat the tiny step every single day.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing with our action. We're taking tiny aligned steps towards our dreams.
Right. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And then by the end of it, by the end of it, we are now moving in the way of someone who has our dreams. We're taking action. And you actually just build a habit of someone who moves towards their dreams.
Oh my gosh. Mind blown right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
wait, I love that, because I feel like when people think go after your dreams, they think of these like huge, big, like grand gestures of following your dream and stuff. But really, I think it can just come down to what you're saying, like these like micro movements of like, okay, is this little thing that I'm doing in my day going to put me closer to my dream and where I'm going? If yes, awesome, keep doing that little thing. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. I think that's a really good point to drive home too. It doesn't matter how big or small your action is, of like when you get to that action step, if you're doing something that brings you closer to your dream, amazing, you're in the action phase. Like, yes, no matter how big or small.
Yes. And you don't have to like wait for this like grand moment either. Like you can just start on the action.
Yeah.
And then it will compound. Bodies in motion stay in motion. So we're moving towards our dream by taking little bits of action.
Ooh.
And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, fast forward 6 months and look what came to fruition, because I showed up for myself and I showed up for this dream that I wanted to go after day in and day out.
I love that so much. Wow. So dream big, explore, take your tiny little actions. Achieve dream. Check. Wait, I love that actually. When we have these little, I guess, this little like framework, you could say, for following your dreams and going after your dreams, that helps like take so much of the pressure off, because I feel like there's so much pressure on following dreams and doing, reaching your goals, especially in like the time of year that we're in. Like it's all about resolutions and goals and new habits and everything. But like, I know like we're also preaching like habits and goals and dreams and stuff, but I think the difference is make it sustainable and take the pressure off, like you don't want to do all these huge grand things and burn yourself out. So I feel like these little micro movements and actions really make it sustainable, which helps you get to your dream destination, if you will, like faster.
Yeah. Yeah. And you said the buzzword, the burnout. I think that's so important for us as diabetics to really make sure we have in mind that the reason you're taking small aligned steps towards your dreams is because you don't need to,
right?
But also you already have a lot on your plate.
So much.
I'm not going to negate that. It is a lot. And sometimes and I hope you listening to this do this too. Sometimes I take a step back and I'm like, holy shit, I just did this.
Yes.
And I've been managing my diabetes all day.
Yes. And that is so important, actually. Like, I really need to do that more in my life, is like take a step back and be like, oh my God, I'm an organ. I'm so literally iconic. A freaking organ. That's so iconic of me.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. If you're listening to this right now, please say that to yourself. Like, you are doing the damn thing and being a pancreas, period.
Really iconic, if you ask me.
Yeah. Wait, that's such a good, like, daily habit. I'm going to do that.
Like, say to yourself.
Yeah, like, oh my God, I just went through my whole day as an organ. Like, that's so freaking cool.
Yeah. It's really impressive. Yeah. And so like you have to acknowledge, this is the other piece of it.
Yes.
Acknowledging the wins and acknowledging your effort and being proud of that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think you said this in your habits too, like your habit stacking.
Yeah.
Like, how does it feel when you get to it? Like, what does success feel like?
Defining your success.
Defining your success.
Yeah.
And you said that success isn't a metric. And so when you're showing up in these little steps, like, it's okay if you don't show up one day and then you show up the next day.
Oh, yeah.
Because at the end of the week, are you still feeling better?
Right.
And so I would say the same for going after your goals, especially if you have a goal that's like something that you do have to show up every day for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Show up to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
And if you can't show up that day, start again tomorrow.
Right.
Like, not even start again.
Yeah,
There's no start stop. It's just try.
Yeah, right. Okay, I feel like that's a really important thing, because I feel like if we are taking these steps and then we do feel burnt out, we take a break, let's say, I feel like it's almost harder to restart than to actually start. I feel like we need to have a little plan of action for when we do take that break and then we restart again.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would actually challenge us to not even call it a restart. That's why I like caught myself and I didn't even say start again tomorrow. It's like literally just do it again.
Okay. Yeah.
This is something they like really talk about when you're creating content. This is where I learned that mindset shift. It's like, if you take a break from posting,
right,
you often find resistance putting yourself back out there again. And so they say, like, why are you even calling it a break? Why don't you just post again?
Ooh.
And so it's same with like any sort of habit or routine you're trying to like start. Yeah. It's just like
do it again.
Just do it again. You can literally just wake up and decide to do it.
Just decide.
But yeah, so it's
thing.
like if you're working towards your goal every single day, you get there 15 days in a row. On the 16th day, you stop doing it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're taking a break or you're quitting.
Right.
It can just mean that you're going to go again on the 17th day.
Okay, slay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess, like I was saying earlier, just take the pressure off of it so much.
Exactly. And like, it is important to be disciplined.
Of course.
And I think this goes back to the wobbly moments. Like when you're feeling wobbly, it's important to keep going because the reps are going to help you feel less wobbly.
Yeah.
But you also need to take care of yourself. You also need to take breaks because if you're burnt out, you're not going to make any movement.
Of course. I think something that's really cool as diabetics, we have like a superpower of discipline. Like we are so disciplined, whether you know it or not, because like we have to be, we have no choice. So I think we have a little bit of an advantage of following our dreams.
No, like I actually, oh my God, I have chills. I literally believe this in my soul that more diabetics need to be out there trying and doing epic shit because you have that grit. You have that dog in you. You show the fuck up for yourself.
Drive.
Yes.
Yeah, you already do.
And so if you apply that to something else, your success is undeniable.
Undeniable, unstoppable. We like low-key have so many superpowers as diabetics.
We do. And that's why I understand that like there are hard times with diabetes.
Of course.
So
it totally sucks.
Yeah.
Sometimes like it literally just sucks. Sometimes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. But when we are able to like finally take a step back and see the silver lining from it, you can really see all of the traits that you've been low-key forced to gain. And now you get to, these are now personality traits for you. These aren't like, oh, I was that last year. I was disciplined last year. It's like, girl, no, you wake up every day and you're disciplined.
Yeah, because you have to be.
Yeah. And so now we get to apply it to like all aspects of our lives.
Yeah.
And it also doesn't have to feel overwhelming because you already have that muscle.
Right. I love it.
Yeah.
Wow. We're so freaking cool.
I know.
As diabetics.
Yeah.
You are so freaking cool listening to this. You
Seriously.
are so cool. Okay, should we move into some call-ins?
Yes.
Amazing.
This is my favorite part.
I know.
Before we answer the first call, the hotline is officially open and it lives inside of Hot Diabetic Club, our club, which is free member access.
Yes.
So if you want to give us a ring, we'd love to hear from you.
We actually pulled 3 today because they were just so good.
So good.
So we asked you, what is a dream that you've named for 2026 and what's stopping you from moving forward with it?
Hi, Carson and Tini. Happy 2026. It's McKenna. An absolute dream of mine this year. It might sound a little bit small and mundane, but I want to be a cool girl with hobbies. I think hobbies are so awesome, and I think what gets in my way is I know I want to have these cool hobbies, but I never actually achieve it, and I just get in the cycle of doom scrolling on my phone and just never actually doing the hobby that I want to do. So I'm wondering if you have any advice for someone like me who knows that hobbies would be so good for me. I really want to do them, but I just can't get myself to do them. Have any motivation? Have any advice? I would love to hear it. Love you guys. Thank you.
I love this question so much.
I want to be a cool hobby girl.
Me too. I want to be a cool hobby girl.
I think the biggest thing for me is getting off my phone.
Same. That is a out for me for 2026 is excessive scrolling.
Yeah.
I don't need to be doing that. So I feel you, McKenna.
Yeah, me too. So much.
And thank you for your call in.
Yeah. So everything we talked about, this framework, we started the episode talking about huge dreams.
Right.
But this applies to the little too.
Yeah.
And I don't even think doing a hobby is little. I would consider that a big part of our play life pillar that we talk about.
100%.
And so we have the dream of the hobby. Now we move into explore.
Yes.
Explore. Is there anything stopping you from going after the hobby? You identified the phone thing. That's a great barrier to identify. But is there anything else? If not, now we need to decide and take action.
Yes.
So the action, I would start tiny.
Yeah, really
what would
small.
your first action be, Carson?
I actually feel like I went through these little steps of like finding more hobbies and stuff. Back in October after the hot diabetic retreat to Mexico, like adding more play and hobbies into my life was
I remember that was one of your goals.
Yeah, that was a really big intention for me back in the fall and still now, but it was more prevalent back in the fall. So I think my first little action step was finding something that I could, do that was like pretty low lift, like after work and stuff. So for me, it was, I found a book that I have been wanting to read, and I would just be like, okay, I'm going to sit down and like read a few pages. Like I was like a few pages, that was it. And then, but I would find myself being like, oh, this is actually interesting. Once I started, then I would keep going and I'd be like, oh wait, I just read for 30 minutes. Slay. I'm a reader girl.
I love that. So it sounds like when you were like, okay, let me just do these 3 pages.
Yeah.
Did you like almost force yourself to do it? Like, I'm sure you were getting a lot of resistance to just start.
Yeah. I think it was like we said earlier in the episode, the why and like the want of me, like I want to have hobbies. I want to do something outside of my job that makes me feel like I want to have passions, like that was so much bigger than like the resistance, I guess. And so that's what made me kind of just jump in and just be like, okay, I'm going to read 3 pages, because finding hobbies and finding something that is like I'm passionate about is so much more important than the, I don't want to do this. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So your why was driving you.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And so make sure I think that's a good point. Make sure your why is driving you. And then sometimes it is the discipline that also is going to have to fuel you before you have the motivation to, because we are designed to be addicted to our phones. And so it makes sense that you wouldn't have the motivation right away to start the hobby.
Yeah.
So you have to almost like learn how to get like not addicted to your hobby, but you have to get the dopamine hits from your hobby, but you have to teach your brain to get that first.
Right.
So I would say like just jump right in. This is our motivation to you.
Yeah.
Just jump right into your hobby. Do it one day of the week. And then like give yourself a little treat after. Even though the hobby is probably going to feel fun and nice, like still give yourself a little dopamine hit, whatever that is. And even if you have to bribe yourself with scrolling afterwards. So it's like, I'll read 3 pages and then I get to scroll. Yeah.
Anything to get your brain used to that new activity and like new habit and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like once you start, then you're also going to be enjoying it. So you're not even going to want to scroll after.
Yeah. yeah, I agree completely. And it's putting in the reps, like flexing that muscle, learning how to like now love your hobby.
And find something that like excites you too. Don't just like pick reading because I talked about it, or like you don't, if like you don't like to read, like don't pick reading. Or like I personally, I don't like puzzles, so I wouldn't do that. Teeny loves puzzles, so she would do that. Like find something
Okay. I don't love puzzles. I said it one episode.
Oh, okay. Well, she said it once and I ran with it. Anyways.
Nothing against puzzles. Nothing against puzzles. I just haven't done them in maybe 15 years.
Okay, period. But what I'm trying to say is like do something that actually excites you. And something that I found is fun is like if you want like a end goal to your hobby, maybe like create something that like has a definite end to it. You know what I mean? Like making I don't know, clay magnets are coming up for me right now. I don't know why, that's just like in my head, but like making magnets.
Oh yeah, like you have to follow these steps in order to get the hobby done.
Yeah,
and so you like go through the whole process and you're like, well, I'm not going to stop halfway with clay on the table.
Exactly. So you're like kind of forced to finish it, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's like toxic.
No, I don't think it is. I think it really is. Like we have to, especially in the new exploration piece of anything, we have to tell our brains, hey brain, this is something I like, this is something I want to do, this is worth going towards. And so if you have to trick your brain into doing that 1, 2, 3 times, do it.
Amazing.
I also thought of like what's it called, a star chart.
What is that?
Like you like, you know, in kindergarten, like you would get stickers for doing
like
certain things.
like a gold star.
A gold star, yeah. Like
wait,
so,
like that's the hobby?
No, like that's your reward.
Oh, like a sticker as a reward.
Yeah, like for you to like mark off. Like I don't know, the hobby I thought of was like a coloring book.
Yeah.
So if you like sat and you colored one day, you would give yourself a sticker on the chart and you try to fill it up for like 30 days or something.
Cute.
Yeah.
Wait, I actually saw something that was like a punch card. Like people were making like 2026 punch cards. So you could do like a hobby punch card, and then once you like fill up your 12 punches or whatever, then you like can buy a coffee out or something.
Ooh, that's so fun. Yeah, exactly. Fun ways to like reward ourselves.
Yeah, love that.
Awesome.
Okay.
Wait, I can't wait to see what hobby you pick, and please let us know because I could use a hobby.
Yes. Oh my gosh, let us know. And if you create something, send us a picture of your little cutie hobby creation.
And Carson really wants a fridge magnet, so pick one of those up.
I made fridge magnets like maybe a few months ago. Like I did it with a group of friends, and it was so fun. And you like bake them in the oven and then glue little magnets on the back of them, and now they're sticking all over my fridge, and it's really cute.
It's so cute.
So yeah. Also, I painted wine glasses. That was a really fun little, it wasn't necessarily a hobby, it was just like a craft, but like
a craft is a hobby.
Yeah, so
love it.
Anyways,
shall we take our next call in?
Let's do it.
Hey Divesties. A dream I've named for myself in 2026 is to establish routines like moving my body in ways that I love more consistently and cooking nourishing meals at home. But I tend to face roadblocks when I have physical or mental health issues flare up, and I tend to drop those goals of routine entirely rather than adjusting them to meet my capacity. So my question is, how can I adjust my mindset towards those goals and routines while also treating myself with care in times of those health flare-ups?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So relatable.
So relatable. I was literally thinking like this was me like last week.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's hard to lead yourself through those moments.
Yeah.
But then also like the guilt that comes after it from like switching up a routine or like if you have this plan in your head of like, I should have done this. I should be doing that.
Yeah.
It's hard to combat those.
It really is. And I think like, I know I say this all the time. I think like the first step is replacing the shoulds with the self-compassion and like really knowing like, okay, this is my dream. This is no one else's dream. This is my goal, my dream. I can go about it however I want to go about it. And if that means having an off day, that's okay. It's still my dream, and I'm still going to do it the way that is meant for me to do it, which is this way. And I feel like I would almost tell yourself that like you know, going back to like what you said your goals were, like the nourishing meals and the moving your body in times of like mental health or physical flare-ups, depending on, you know, what they are, maybe it's even more important to tell yourself, oh, I should lean into these like nourishing goals to help myself get out of these flare-ups and help myself feel better.
I think that's a really good perspective. And it almost feels like a non-toxic way because of these specific goals.
Yes, correct. Because of the specific goals she named in the audio.
Right. Yeah. Because these goals are good for your well-being.
Exactly.
It is like you can use that as like a little extra push to get back into it. Yeah. If these were like career or like travel or something like really like, yes, those things are important, but not as important as taking care of our vessels.
Of course. Oh yeah, of course.
I would say like give yourself the rest.
Yeah, that would not apply to those. But your specific goals that do have to do with nourishing your body and your well-being, if you are in times of flare-up, it may be a little bit more even beneficial and actionable to lean in that moment, you know?
I love that. And maybe we can take a look at, and back to the habit stacking, when Carson had told us like it's okay to switch or modify what the routine looks like. And so maybe for you it's like, oh, I'm gonna have a nourishing meal, but it's actually gonna come from takeout, but I know it's gonna be nourishing.
Exactly.
Instead of cooking it yourself. Like maybe we can modify a few of these things, or maybe the physical activity is just a walk around the block or a walk to your front door to get some sunshine, or like light stretching in your bed. Like maybe it's not this big like heavy weightlifting workout routine, but it's just like, okay,
exactly,
in this moment I have like almost like a sick day plan for your routines.
Ooh, I love that. You can have like your dream and your goal and then have like a little modified version because it is yours. Like you can do whatever you want with it. Right. Your dream and your goal. So having that modified version that you can go back to, that's like, oh, because like, you know, like you said, like getting takeout instead of cooking, or maybe you drink like 2 glasses of water that day instead of 3, or like something like that. That's like a lower lift, but you're still moving in the direction of your goal, because like we said earlier, like these don't have to be big grandiose steps. It can just be a little micro movement.
Yeah. And this applies to anything. If you identify these patterns in your lifestyle, which there's nothing wrong with that. Like if you need more rest, take more rest. But when you're planning out like your different pathways of success or pathways to obtain your goal, think of them as like, okay, optimal path. When I feel my best, I'm going to take these steps. When I don't feel my best, I'm going to take these steps. But I know whatever step I take, I'm still moving in the direction of my goal.
I love that. And I need to do that for myself.
Well, and even if you build out like 3 different steps, like feel great, feel awful.
Right. Like not doing anything. Yeah.
What does it look like to even still move things forward when you're not feeling like, when you feel like zero?
Yeah. What does it look like to still take like a micro step?
Yeah. And that might be like
to your goal,
getting up and brushing your teeth.
Yeah. And that's still something.
That is still something. That is such a great question, and something we all really need to consider.
Oh yeah. So I definitely needed to hear it for sure.
Thank you for calling.
Yes. Thank you for calling, and thank you for sharing.
Hi, Tini and Carson. I'm calling in because I finally admitted that I want a bigger life than the one I'm currently living with diabetes. Specifically, I really want to start traveling more in 2026, like actually saying yes to trips instead of always talking myself out of them. I tell myself it's because of logistics, like having enough supplies, or what if something goes wrong. But I think a lot of it's just fear of the unknown. I manage everything with my diabetes fine day to day, but every time I think about changing my routine or leaving my comfort zone, I freeze. My question is, what is the first real step you would take to start becoming someone who travels confidently with diabetes instead of just talking about it?
That's a good question, and very like relatable and real. Like I feel like that's a very, very common thing that comes up for us as diabetics.
Yeah. And like, I just want to say kudos to you for the self-awareness of saying like, I'm blaming it on this, but actually if I'm being so honest with myself, I think it's fear-based.
Yeah. And so you already did naming your dream and exploring it, and then you're in that pre-action phase where we're saying like, are these external or internal barriers?
Yeah, so you've identified having enough supplies and being on a routine, but you also said you manage your diabetes fine on a day-to-day basis. So the being on a routine would be the one thing I was like, maybe we should explore that more.
Yeah.
But if you feel fine with your diabetes on a day-to-day basis, I would look to that as proof that you can manage your diabetes even when you're out of routine.
Right. That would be the first kind of step that I would take, is just the self-talk of being like, no. And this is something that Tini said back in our travel episode, was like, you're doing the same thing. You're just doing it in a different location. Like you're managing your diabetes the same way, and you know how to do it. You're just like in a different spot doing it.
Exactly. Yeah. So self-talk. And you're probably, I will say, if you have that fear, you're going to have to self-talk yourself a lot.
Yes.
And it's normal.
Right. So normal. And it's going to be uncomfortable at first because that's where the growth is happening.
Yeah. It's the unknown, the uncomfort in the unknown, and that's okay. Now, let's get you somewhere.
Yeah. I think also you could start like small, maybe like a weekend trip or something.
Yes.
Like start with a weekend trip, and like we're not telling you to like go solo backpacking for a million months alone. Like don't don't do that. But like start small with like a weekend road trip or something, and then work your way up to like bigger trips if that's, you know, in your capacity. And like maybe you could try like packing your supplies, but staying at home. Like, does that make sense? Like pack your supplies that you think you would need for a week, but like you're not even going anywhere, you're just at home, so you can like, you would know that you have enough when you go somewhere else, and then you're like, oh, I just packed my supplies like this at home, I'm just going to be in a different spot next week when I use my supplies.
Wait, I love that. That's like a good little practice. And then the other thing I would say, it reminds me of the story you shared about traveling, like after we went to Sedona together. And when we traveled together as a diabetic, and you're like, oh my God, like this is so much easier. Like I've been given proof that I can do this. And so if you have a diabesity or someone like you can travel with, I think I know a few people.
Yeah.
I think I know a few people you could travel with. But really, like, I think that helps as well, like is going with someone who is also experiencing these things. And it could be kind of like if they're an experienced travel, they'd lead you through it, or you're both in it together learning at the same time. I think when we have these big scary dreams, it is really helpful to have at least someone in our corner who understands and is a cheerleader for us.
Yeah. So I guess even if you don't have access to someone that also has, you know, diabetes, just having someone that knows that this is a goal and concern for you too. Like having someone that knows the ins and outs of, well, not the ins and outs, but having someone that knows that like this is something that you are working through and working towards, that can keep you kind of focusing on your why in those moments of like instability.
Yes, that's so good.
Instability.
Probably instability, but
I meant instability.
I don't know actually.
You know what I mean.
Reminding yourself again and again and again that this is something that you can do. And also, I love looking for like walking permission slips. So is there someone else that you could look to that has done it as well? Even if it's like a creator or Carson and I, you can go back and listen to our travel episode where we walk you through how to do it. But look for people that are living proof of what you want to do.
I love that.
And that kind of trains your brain to recognize that it is possible for you.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful question.
I love that question. Thank you for sharing. And if you are ever somewhere and you need a Dexcom, I will ship you one.
Period. You're going to be getting a lot of phone calls.
No, but you got this, and we're excited for your travels.
It's
Let
gonna
us
be
know
so
where you
awesome.
go.
Yeah, so awesome. That moves us into our wellness challenge for the week.
Yay.
So this week we are challenging you to take some sort of action. And now the action that you take is going to be dependent on where you are in your dream.
Right.
If you just dreamt your dream up and you're like, you know what, this is totally, I want to explore this. I'm ready to move into explore phase and figuring out what tools I need to move forward with this dream. We're challenging you to explore and do that by, I would write down maybe 3 factors that would help you decide whether you want to take action.
Okay.
So if you're in explore, write down your 3 factors to help you take action.
Okay.
If you're in action,
yes.
if you've decided and you are ready to take some action, 1, congratulations.
Yay.
This is so exciting. And 2, we want you to take a micro step.
Yes. A little micro movement that brings you closer to your dream, your goal, whatever the destination is, you know?
Yes. And this can be so tiny, but you should do it. It's time to take action. The time is now. You have decided you are the person who has this goal.
Yes.
And this dream. So take some action.
And so when you are either exploring, taking action, whatever you're doing to get you closer to this dream, let us know. Tag us. We want to support you in all of your dreams and goals. We're going to be doing it too. We're going to be taking our action steps as well right alongside you. So let us know so we can all do it together.
Oh, so exciting. And this is actually like, I'm thinking about this, Carson, like such a special time because we are in the very, very beginning action phases of a dream of ours.
Yeah.
And we're doing that dream publicly here.
This podcast.
I really, truly, if you are going after a dream right now and you're in the action phase of it, wherever you're at, like please slide in our DMs or like my personal DMs. Like,
yeah, seriously.
We want to cheer you on and be on this action taking journey towards our dreams.
Yes.
The fast track towards our goals and our dreams together.
100%.
Like hot diabetics doing iconic shit. So epic.
So epic. And we have to stick together through it because we're in it together. There's no other way to say it. We're in it together. We want to support you. So seriously, let us know. Like, we're not just saying let us know. Like, let us know so we can support you and cheer you on.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Hotline to Her. The hotline is now open for your call. If you have a question or a story you'd like our advice on, you can use the link in the show notes.
Stay hot.
And chat soon.
Bye.
Hotline to Her is for educational and entertainment purposes only and reflects personal experience. It is not medical, mental health, or therapeutic advice. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, baby.